time for some good news. A third baby of the British sextuplets was last night taken off a ventilator. Doctors say that all 6 children are doing well. Nuala Conway from Cookstown, Northern Ireland, gave birth to 4 girls and 2 boys last Friday, and she and husband Austin are said to be thrilled at their arrival. But when having so many kids at once, well, would it thrill you or horrify you? And did you end up having the same amount of children that you planned to, Coleen? Because you came from quite a large family, didn't you?
I did. 8 children, 6 girls, 2 boys.
But not all at once?
No, all individually, and I was a bit of a mistake at the end. But, a good mistake. But, anyway, in my eyes. But anyway, no, I always said, it's so funny, from a very early age growing up, I always said to everyone, I'm going to have 10 children. Because because I always wanted to beat my mother by 2. Not by 1, because I never wanted odd numbers, so it had to be 10, of course. So I always wanted 10. And I think if I'd have met the male equivalent of me, possibly another Irishman or whatever, I think I would have just bred like a rabbit. I think I would, because I loved it as a kid, being surrounded by, I loved the noise and Christmas and all of that. But obviously that didn't happen, and then and now I have my 3 children. And to be honest with you, I mean, it's a fantastic story, that, and please God they're all right, the sextuplets, and good luck to them. But it does, when I had my first child, I remember being so, you can't even explain the tiredness, and immediately thinking, how do people cope with twins? You know, let alone 6 or 4.
Do you remember the Walton family? Do you remember when they had their, and I think they must be about 24 now, those girls, mustn't they? But they got a lot of help, you see. You've got to have help when you have that.
But it's funny, you always have a number, don't you, when you're growing up? How many? I always wanted 6, funnily enough. I just had this idea for 6, and if I'd met my Peter sooner, because we met quite late, I was always already in my mid to late 30s, I'm sure I'd have had a lot more, and I'm so grateful for the 2 that I had. But I would have liked more, but I ran out of eggs. They were my last 2 eggs. Yes, my eggs. I had a very, very early menopause straight after Chloe. I couldn't believe it. I was just getting going. I've just got the hang of it. I was so disappointed, but I'm very, very grateful for the 2 I've got. I don't know how I agree with you. It's like being permanently jet-lagged, isn't it? You're just exhausted. Are they going to get help with it?
I always said I'd rather have a dog.
Really?
A dog? It's a stunning joke in our family, you know, that I now have 2 who I love, and I'm really, really glad that I've got 2. But no, when I was growing up, never really, you know, I
didn't want children.
Well, I just kind of, I would rather have had a dog. But, yeah, but then of course now I've...
Well, you can lock a dog in the utility room,
You can, and put the alarm on and that sort of thing.
Tell you what about having 6 all at once, though. I'd have missed the other 5 pregnancies, because I loved being pregnant.
I liked being
pregnant.
You
did, didn't you?
I did, I loved it. And the thing is, I always wanted to be, you know, the other Walton. Good night, John Boy. Yeah. You know, the other Walton family. I loved that. I just wanted to be the Walton family. But the thing is, I met a man who didn't want children. So, you know, and if I had met a man that wanted children, I know I would have gone on to have more children. But, you know, you take your choice, and that's what ended up. I had 1, and Keely, you see, I'm always saying to Keely, I'm really sorry, because the guilt hangs in me that I didn't give her a brother or a sister. It's just terrible and will stay with me forever. But she always said to me, Mum, you know, I had all your love, and I didn't want to share it with anybody else. I just wanted you, and I'd have had to have shared it. And I know that. But the thing is, I would have loved to have had another one. I would have liked to have had 3, like you. I'd like to have had 3. I think would have been great.
It does change the dynamics, because I know obviously, you know, Finley was an only child till he was 5, which I suppose you know, he's kind of old enough to know what's going on then. Obviously, you know, getting divorced and starting again. I did worry about when pregnant with Amy, how would it affect the balance of everything? Would he feel as special? And actually, it's lovely. He really loves having a little sister. Makes him feel all big and grown up, and she worships him and follows him around, copying everything that he does.
Well, it can work one way or the other, can't it? I mean, Kira, for ages, was saying, I want a little sister, and all that, and I kept saying, well, you know, I might have a boy, and she was going, well, that'll be fine, I'll look after him, and all of that. But I've had her friend staying with us for the last 5 days. Well, I've had 2 other friends, actually. I feel like I do have triplets right now. But it's funny, because within 5 days, her friend's getting to the point now where Kira's like, you're just getting on my nerves. And I said to her, it's making me feel less guilty about having another one, because when they're there all the time, it's that sibling rivalry thing, and she doesn't realise it yet, but I think they probably would end up turning it to
You see, she should get a dog, another dog.
I've got 2 dogs, 2 fish and a rabbit.
Pardon?
I've got 2 dogs, 2 fish and a rabbit. I don't need
Is that the same as sextuplets? Just in different species?
That's
clever. Do you know, Coleen, there's not many women can do that.
I'm
Well done.
a woman of many talents.